All right, the clouds in the sky, ever so beautiful. Ooh, look at that one right there. Ooh, that's pretty. That's gorgeous. The cloud. The cloud is very interesting when it comes to Microsoft. Let me get a zoom in on that. That is a very interesting, like a belt or something. Can I zoom in on that? That is gorgeous. Wow. The cloud. FedEx truck making a bunch of noise right now. What I just received a comment on one of my videos. It's a video that I did sometime last year about how I was talking about Microsoft Office 365 and talking about how great it is, and I was talking about my experience with it. And this guy wrote in saying, hey, Office 365 is nothing but a piece of crap. Now, I know Office 365 is the shit, but I don't think it is shit, okay? It's the shit, but it is not shit. And here's what I mean by that. Office 365 allows you to do a lot of things for businesses, but just in itself, SharePoint, Exchange, and Microsoft Link, if you had an on-premise setup or hosted setup, you are able to utilize it for organizing your whole entire company and keep in touch with your company, communicate, collaborate, and all that stuff. Now, one thing that the guy said was, because if you upload it to Microsoft servers, it is not yours. And it specifically says in their privacy policy, trust center, and everything that Microsoft owns to ensure that your data is 100% protected. And here's why it is. Don't keep in mind, folks, when you're dealing with compliance requirements, it is ensure that you are in compliance with these different privacy organizations. You have to make sure that your servers are totally secured. There is much security added to the servers, firewalls, and each one of these companies have different requirements. So imagine if Microsoft had to add all these different requirements in order to make sure that your documents, your services are 100% secured. Well, nothing is 100% though, not even if you had hosted services. Keep in mind though, having hosted services or on-premise services, you have to add all that security yourself and you have to stay on top of it. Having Microsoft Office 365 allows you to allow Microsoft to do that for you. You're paying Microsoft to have that security. And I like that because then I can concentrate on running my business and not worry so much about the IT part of the business. And this also enables a lot of small businesses who do not have the budget for a 3, 4, or 5-man crew for an IT department. And basically, the owner himself can run Office 365 just by itself. And if you have like say 50 employees, you could probably just get away with hiring one IT person, mainly someone who takes care of all the employees' computers, making sure that everybody's computers is up and running. And you can also run Office 365 without having to hire 2, 3, 4 people to handle everybody's requests. Because 365, if you had to have servers, and we're talking about a lot of servers here, you're going to have to maintain all that, and that is usually a little bit difficult to handle. Granted, if you're on Google Apps, it's the same thing. They also have privacy policies that protects your data. Google has very strong encryption, totally secured. The data belongs to you and not to Google. you if you're using a free service of Google like YouTube, of with Yahoo on Flickr, and using free services like OneDrive for consumers, then yes, the data belongs to the company that you're uploading to. Okay? It belongs to them. If you cancel your account, what you may want to do is make sure you remove that data, but at the same time, it does belong to them. But really and truly, what would Microsoft want to do with your data? Really? Is your document so important that Microsoft really wants to grab hold of it? They couldn't give a damn about what you have on the servers. Really? But Microsoft ensures that no one at Microsoft has access to your data and can retrieve a document that's very important to you. Basically, what they can do is restore a block of data, which means if you're looking for one file that you accidentally deleted, they're going to give you all your files that you probably deleted that day, based off what was recorded on backup tape. Basically, that's all it is. But they don't have access to individual data. I have to say this to that gentleman who said the documents do not belong to you. They have contracts that you sign online that, you do have the terms and conditions, the terms of service. But the terms and service includes that Microsoft does not own your data. You own it, as long as you pay your monthly fee. And if you don't pay your monthly fee, they give you 30 days to pay it, and then it gets deleted and it gets expunged. No more. It's done. And they also have a lot of safeguards as to if they do remove hard drives from a particular server because that hard drive went bad, they go through a lot of trouble to make sure that the data gets destroyed. So they really don't hold on to your data like some people claim that Microsoft or Google or Yahoo, Yahoo for Business, does. You're paying Microsoft to secure your data, and you're also paying Microsoft to make sure that your data does not fall in the hands of other people. Nothing out there is 100%. Nothing. Absolutely nothing is 100%. In fact, the only way you can ensure your data does not get outside the office is if you create an internal network connecting all the computers in the office and do not connect them to the internet at all, not even with the firewall, not even with a proxy server. No connection to the internet whatsoever. It's just all internal hookups. Nothing's transferred to the internet, not even VPN. That is the only way to ensure that your data is protected. Think about it. But you still have one more factor that you have to worry about: the human factor. Do you have a leak in the company? Or does someone copy the data onto a thumb drive and take it home and accidentally access the document and sends it by way of their personal email account? That can happen. Right? So, granted, there is not one particular thing out there that will keep your data safe 100%. 99%, yes, but not 100%. And the data is yours. Below, in the description below, I posted some links to the Google apps as well as Office 365, Trust Center, and privacy policies that these two different companies have. And to tell you the truth, I will trust my data with Google and Microsoft. I do trust them. So keep that in mind, folks. The reason why I like Office 365 so much, because the services that they offer is 100% a lot better than the services that, in my opinion, of course, in these other services. A lot of people say you cannot collaborate with Microsoft Office. That is very true. You cannot do online collaboration with Microsoft Office 2013, 2010, 2007, or 2003. But you can do online collaboration with Microsoft web apps. Yes, web apps, just like Google Docs. It's online. Okay, you open it up in a browser. So basically, if you have it on OneDrive for Business or just OneDrive for Consumer or in your SharePoint site, you and your colleagues can log in and open up that document and collaborate live. That works just fine. You just can't do it in Microsoft Office. And here's what and for those of you who don't know what I mean so far yet, what I'm talking about is you can't do it in Microsoft Office that is installed on the computer. Now, for those of you out there that say, well, Google Docs allows you to, yes, you're right. Online. Because everything that Google has is online. So you can do online collaboration if you're online in a browser-based system. The same way, you can access Microsoft Office web apps online while you're online and do online collaboration very easily. Keep that in mind. Can you go offline in both Google Apps and Microsoft Office 365? Yes, you can. You can go offline as long as you download the documents ahead of time. If you're about to go on the airplane where if you know the internet connection may not be that great, then make sure you download all your documents by using OneDrive, SharePoint, or go into Google Docs and tell it to go offline so that when you do go on your plane ride, you can edit your document, and the next time you log into your Google Apps account or Office 365 account, it automatically uploads that document back up to the server. Automatically, it's like, bam, there it is. Will it overwrite any changes that other people make on those documents? That's probably true. But if you're working on a PowerPoint presentation and no one else is working on it, then it may behoove you to make sure you download that document ahead of time. Save it to your hard drive and just read, and it will automatically upload that document back to the server. Google has that, and so does Microsoft. No difference. The only difference is that Google Docs has limited features on their applications that are online, because it's not the full-on app that can be installed on your computer. There's no full-on app. Everything is done online. But so is Microsoft Office web apps. It is not full-featured. But do you really need all those features all the time? Not really. In fact, I find myself using web apps, a Microsoft Office web app, a lot more than I use Microsoft Word. If I want to use all the hardcore features of Microsoft Word, I open up the document, make changes, and do the templates and really dance up the document the way I want, and then save it to SharePoint or OneDrive for Business. And then I can open it up in Office Web App and just have access to the text. I can still edit the text, but I don't have access to the design of it. Well, the same thing with Google Docs. You can't really do a whole lot of fancy work with it, but you can still get work done. And it will still be done, and it will still look nice. The cloud. There it is. There's the cloud, people. That is the cloud. You got Microsoft Cloud and you got Google Cloud. And you know what? Are either of them better? Not really. But could you have a preference over one in the other? Yes, you can. You have the right to decide that Google Apps is probably better for your company than Office 365. It probably is. You probably like Google Hangouts better than you do Microsoft Link. Do I prefer Office 365? Hell yeah. Do you prefer Google Apps? Probably. Do you prefer Office 365? Probably. It's your choice. If you're an owner of a company, you make that decision. If you are the decision maker of the company, like you're the IT manager or CIO, you make that decision for the company and you present it to the board members or the owner of the company and say, hey, I think we should go with this. I like Office 365, so I think we should go with this. Or I like Google Apps. You decide what you want. It is your choice. So that is my opinion on that. A person coming on to my vlog and saying, well, Office 365 is shit. I don't think he said is the shit. He said it is shit. So that's a different meaning. Microsoft Office is the shit. Microsoft Office is shit. It has two different meanings. Okay? And I just am appalled by the way he commented, saying, okay, instead of saying that, sir, why not just say, I believe that I really don't like Microsoft Office 365 because of the fact that Microsoft does not own, or Microsoft will own your data. Now, if he believes that, then I can come back and say, well, this is what they say about the privacy policy of your documents. Let me post you a link here and maybe you can be schooled. According to the contract that you signed with Microsoft, Microsoft will not keep your data and they don't own it. Well, if they do, well, if it ever comes out, I can sue the deacons out of them and become a millionaire overnight. But until it is found out, as far as I know, I trust them by the contract. The same way I trust DreamHost, which hosts my websites. DreamHost hosts all my websites. Okay? So I trust that DreamHost will ensure that my data does not get lost. And if it does get lost, I'll be very freaking pissed. Because then I have to redesign all my websites. Do I have backups? Yes, I do monthly backups, but it's only monthly. So if I'm updating on a daily basis, well, if it's the 15th of the month, I lost 15 different updates. So that would totally suck, right? Right. So I trust that my computer's hard drive will sustain all my data, but we all know that hard drives do go bad, and when it goes bad, it totally sucks. Doesn't it? You trust that your house is on a good foundation, so if a tornado comes, it will hopefully hold that house down to the foundation. Does that happen? Not really. But you trust that it might happen, that you trust the fact that your house will protect you, and you trust that Microsoft or Google will protect your documents and hold it securely and not own your documents if you decide to leave them. You have to trust. You have to trust the fact that this ozone layer is going to hold our air, and that these trees and bushes and plants will continue to provide us with all the oxygen that we need to live. Because if it wasn't for these guys, we'll be dead. Which is why we need to protect our environment, but that's a whole different subject altogether. Think, people. There is not one service out there that's better than the other. My opinion, I like Office 365 much better than Google Apps, but that is just my opinion. But it doesn't mean that Office 365 is better. Do I feel Office 365 is better? Yes. Is it better than Google Apps? No. Is Google Apps better than Office 365? No. Do I feel, a keyword, I feel Office 365 is better than Google Apps? Yes. My opinion, though, and I'm entitled to my opinion just like everybody else is entitled to their opinion. But to say Office 365 is shit, well, I could turn around and say Google Apps is shit. I'm a little pissed off about that because I hate how people battle, with Apple and Windows computers, and it's like, oh, Macintosh is better, and oh no, Windows is better, and these big old fights and tug of war and all that stuff. So what? If you like Mac better, then god damn it, buy a damn Mac. Use your damn Mac. It's all good. You're good. Continue doing what you're doing. No one's stopping your flow. Shoot. Just keep doing you. You do you, okay? Let's just keep on you doing you. And I do me. And I'll continue walking. And if my business ever, becomes a big time enterprise business, I will continue to use Office 365 whether anybody else like it or not, because it's my choice. And I will tell my IT manager and my CIO, listen, we're doing with Office 365 and we're not going to go to Google Apps because it's my business. And if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. That's right. I didn't feel like holding the phone like this, so that's why I'm talking out like this. Sorry for all the shaking and movements. What up? So, enough cursing and kidding aside. It's people really need to respect other people's opinions. They really do. And if you tried out something, let's say you did try out Office 365 and then you also tried out Google Apps, then you have the right to say, yes, I really didn't like Office 365. I like the ease of use of Google Apps, which I believe that Google Apps is a little bit easier to use. Okay, it is. Okay, I believe that. And basically, Office 365 is a little bit harder to use. Okay, it's not really hard. It's just more extensive. It's more features. There's a lot of features in 365 that can be overwhelming to an owner of a company who sells furniture, like that place over there, and they just want a central email system for their company. They will probably be better off with Google Apps. Is Office 365 for everybody? Probably not. Who cares? If the owner likes Google Apps over Office 365, well, damn well, keep it. The company I work for right now uses Google Apps. And I don't think he's changing anytime soon. He's going to keep on doing what he's doing. If they ever switch to Office 365, I'll actually be surprised. I'll be like, well, goddamn, I had no idea that he was thinking about going to Office 365. But sometimes you have so much invested in the products that you use that it's very hard to change from one to another unless you make some harsh, drastic change over. I think that's kind of hard to do in some cases. So a lot of companies, they choose a platform and they stick with it, whether it's good or not. I don't know if these guys, he probably loves Google. So what? I would prefer that they use Office 365. But I can't tell the man what to do, the owner. I can't tell him what to do. He's going to do what he wants to do. If he prefers Google Apps, then damn it, keep on using Google Apps. I don't own this company, so I can't tell him what to do. I'm not going to be paying $8 per person per month. I think okay, I'm not sure that means low battery. So I'm going to go ahead and end this because I'm not sure if it's going to cut off of me or not. I just heard a beep. So I'm not sure what that means, but because there's no message on my screen. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and end this saying, hey, people, be nice. Okay? If you got an opinion, share your opinion. Say, I prefer this because blah, 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 blah. Period. And then I can come back and tell you, well, this is why I feel blah, 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 blah. Because of blah, 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 blah. All right? Let's do the blah, blah game, okay? All right. This is Shiz with my little rant for the day. Peace out.